What's up, everybody? What's cracking, liking with the booty smacking? It's the one and only your favorite photographer, Notorious One, broadcasting to you live and direct here at the AC headquarters in North Hollywood, California. And as usual, we are back with another phenomenal show. This is What's the Word, in case you don't know. And of course, the show isn't the show unless I got the lyrical genius by my side. Doughboy Tony, what's good, famo?
Yo, what's cracking? Shit, it's your boy Doughboy Tony. We back with another episode of What's the Word? You know, straight from the headquarters of American Cholo, the dopest podcast in the motherfucking world. And we got a guest today. My boy Notorious about to let y'all know who we got in the building, man.
Oh, most definitely, man. As always, we have another classic. We're about to have an amazing show today. But before anything, you know, I just want to give a shout out to everybody that's listening, that's tapping in, you know, on the live chat, whether you catch us on the live or, you know, catch us after. You know, I just want to say I really appreciate all the support, you know, from the West Coast to the East Coast, man. I appreciate it all. And I want to take the time to anybody that wants to sponsor the show, feel free to, you know, tap in with me, Doughboy Tony Gill. Let us know, man. You know, go ahead and if you guys want to go ahead and you know, give any business that you have. If you want to go ahead and have it here on the show, whether it's a T-shirt, whether it's, you know, anything that has to do with food or whatever the case is, promote your show, talk to us, man. We'll definitely go ahead and, you know, place it here on the table. But the person that we have, man, he's a definition of a hustler, 24/7. Ever since I met this cat, I met him, he was working on the field. And he's been nonstop ever since. Every time I'm on his Instagram, he's at another show, working everywhere, man. And Hustler of the Year, hands down. You know, he's a film director, a videographer, photographer, music producer, man. Everybody, give a shout out to my boy, Smitty Smith.
Yeah. What's up, my people? Much love and respect. Thank you so much for having me.
No, of course, man. You know, you could have been anywhere in the world, big dog, but you're right here chilling with us, and I really appreciate that for sure.
Oh, you know, I had to show up, you know it.
Yes, sir. But yeah, man, so what's up, fellas, man? You know what? Summer's over with. We finally entered fall. You know, to me, my favorite time of the year. You know, all that musty weather is out. You know, finally we could kick it, rock a pullover, rock a sweater.
Some sweats,
you know?
The pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin spice lattes and shit.
But to me, the reason this is my favorite part of the year is because I'm a football fanatic. Like, football, hands down. Don't get me wrong. Basketball is cool. Baseball is cool. But football, to me, is where it's at. So, finally, man, you know, that's something that, you know, we should talk about sports, you know. And we never had the opportunity to talk about the NFL. But now that the NFL is here, man, you know, let's give everybody a little quick update as to what's going on. Obviously, we in California, you know. So, home of the Rams, I hate to say it.
No doubt.
Know? But the Rams took an L, man. They lost to the Bengals 16-19. Monday Night Football. Doughboy Tony, being that's your team, how do you feel, big dog? What's up?
Hey, you know what? It's crazy, bro, because I know we're 1-2 right now, but I'm actually happy with the way my team's looking, bro. I mean, everybody had the lowest expectations for us. We got the second youngest team in the league, bro. We're full of fucking rookies. But you know what? They're doing their thing. You know, shout out Puka Nakua. Dude, we're missing Cooper Kupp, and it's like if we're not even missing him, man, you know, dude, the homie's doing his thing, and I can just imagine when Cooper's back, bro, you know, Kyron Williams, our running back, he stepped up. We got rid of Cam Akers. Overall, bro, the Bengals are the Bengals. At the end of the day, they're still a great team. You know, you got Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins.
Yeah.
They're stacked at the end of the day, and you know, losing by 3 points, I ain't too mad at it. And the way the season's looking, bro, gives a little bit of hope, you know. So
honestly, you guys surprised me when you guys went head up against the 49ers, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, that was a close matchup, man.
Shit, going into that game, I thought like, fuck, we about to get smacked, bro. Like I thought it was gonna be the most embarrassing shit ever, bro. But you know what? The way we lost, I'm not even mad at it, bro.
Nah, for sure. And obviously, you know, California, we got the Raiders, the Raider fans. Obviously, you know, I'm not a Raider fan, but I know you guys are everywhere. But I'm glad to say this stat. Y'all lost to the Steelers too, man, you know. And, I mean, Raiders fans, what's going on, man? Talk to us, man. Tell us what's going on the live chat. You know, express to us how you guys are feeling about your team because you guys got a new quarterback, Garoppolo, right?
Yeah, Garoppolo.
Yeah, Garoppolo. And honestly, by you guys, you know, you guys gave Derek Carr the boot. And I don't know, man. Maybe you guys thought he was gonna be your savior, but
it didn't really matter.
I don't know, man. You guys
it's like they went from bad to worse with the QBs.
Nah, most definitely. And obviously, you know, let's give love to the Chargers as they got the dub 28-24 over the Vikings. You know, they're putting in work too. So, you know, that division, I mean, for the most part, you already know KC's always a favorite.
Oh, for sure.
The way they're looking this year, I mean, shit, I think they're going to be the top dogs once again.
Yeah, I mean, for what it looks like so far, but in reality, that division's up for grabs, bro.
Yeah.
You know, KC's not as strong as they were the past, like, 2-3 seasons.
Nah, for sure. But Smitty, man, one thing that me and you have in common, Big Dog, we both some Cowboy fans, you know?
Yes, sir.
And although we started the season phenomenal, we destroyed the Giants.
Yes.
40-zip.
That's crazy.
Right off the bat, I was impressed. I'm like, okay, you know, hey, finally, you know, for, you know, since 1994, I've been waiting for this season. And we started off good. Week number 2, we played against the New York fucking Jets. We beat them as well. So I was like, okay. The Cardinals, I was looking past them. I was like, you know what, easy dub. We got it. I was wrong, man. We lost, man. And it's crazy how you start off, you know, you're on top of the world with these 2 wins. Suddenly we lose to the Cardinals, and it makes everybody question everything. Like, man, are we that team? What's going on? You know, are we going to have another typical season, or like what's going on with the Cowboys? But I don't know, man. You know, our defense looks amazing. You know, we have Parsons right now that's everywhere on the field defensively. Prescott started off cool, but last week Dak looked like Dak, man. You know,
Dak is gonna do Dak. He's always gonna be Dak.
Man, every time I give him the benefit of the doubt, like we go back to the same thing. And for, you know, against the Cardinals, I feel like we couldn't get that momentum. We couldn't get it. You know, like they were doing everything that they wanted with us. When it came to our defense, even our offense, we couldn't do anything. So, you know, but I am very confident. I will say this: the Cowboys this season will not lose twice back to back. We got the Patriots next, so for sure that's a dub. Notorious right here said it first, so you know that's without a doubt. But everybody on the live chat, man, you know, rep your team, give them a shout out. You know, once we take calls, call in, talk shit. You know how we do it. But yeah, man. So that goes as football. So, but on Saturday, you know, a pair of undisputed champions meet for the 168 crown this Saturday, right? So that's Canelo's facing Charlo. That right there, man. They're going for all the belts. Smitty, tell me, first of all, do you like watching boxing or not really?
I'm too busy to watch shit like that, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I'm always usually the fight nights, usually on a show night or something, you know?
Right.
So, I do enjoy it. To me, I feel these days everything's fucking rigged, bro. So, I mean, you're not really getting those fights where fools are beating the shit out of each other. Everyone's just dancing. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's really not the same, bro. You know what I mean? Back when I was, you know, growing up, I'm only 33, bro, but I remember when Tyson was knocking fools out in the first fucking 30 seconds in the fucking round, bro. Just knocking them the fuck out, you know?
Yeah. But right now, you know, just like off of hustler's mentality, let's just say you want to turn 20 into 40 and you have the opportunity to bet. You going with Canelo or you going with Charlo on this one?
I'll say Canelo.
Canelo for sure?
Yeah.
What about you, though, boy? What's up,
Canelo,
man?
easily.
Talk to me, man. Tell me how you feel the fight's going to play out. What do you think? What's your opinion?
Well, I mean, Canelo is just gonna do Canelo, bro. To me, that's the best boxer in the world. It's the best boxer I've seen. And he's ready for it, bro. I believe Charlo hasn't fought in like 2 years, I believe. Yeah. I know he's like 32-0 or some shit, and
you never know.
He's got like 22 knockouts. I know it's at the end of the day, homie's a great boxer. Charlo's a phenomenal boxer, but I think Canelo's got the upper hand on him.
It's a good underdog story to come up. You know, that'd be a good little.
Honestly, right now, this is the opportunity that everybody prays for. You know, like you get the chance to knock down the king.
Yeah.
So, hey, man, you know, at the end of the day, as a fan, I just hope we have a great fight, and you know.
No doubt.
But yeah,
who
man.
you got, bro? You ain't say who you got.
Me, I mean, obviously, you know, shit. I want to go with Canelo. You know, obviously, sticking to the Brown team. I want us to, you know, but I mean, Canelo already has done everything, bro. Yeah. And, you know, he already has accomplished so much. But it is going to be a challenge. I will say that. And that's what I respect about him, because right now he could just walk away, dog. And he's already considered a legend. But this motherfucker, as much money as he has, as much as he already has accomplished, he's still stepping up to different challenges.
Yeah.
This is not an easy fight, bro. So for him to even take this fight, that's props, 100%.
No doubt.
Yeah. Without a doubt, you know. But, I mean, you know, they're hustling. Us right here on the table, we're hustling, you know. Just a couple of weeks ago, you know, we all came across each other in Vegas. Yeah. We all came across each other in Vegas, and sure enough, without me knowing nothing, I see my boy Smitty Smith out there putting in work, man. And I want you to talk to me a little bit about the Chicano Fest, man. Tell me, what's your perspective on the whole event?
I thought it was an amazing event, bro. You know what I mean? Uno hit me up and say, hey, my boy, I you know what I mean? I want you to film the event. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what I did, bro. You know what I mean? It was great. I love seeing all the homies, the raza come together and everyone enjoy themselves with no drama, no shootings, no stabbings, no crazy fights. Everything was just love and unity and peace, and that's what it's all about, man. Everyone just coming with their family and their kids and just enjoying themselves, enjoying good music and good atmosphere and positivity. You know what I mean? It was a wonderful event. Everyone who was there, they had food vendors, they had a whole bunch of good stuff. You know what I mean? It was awesome. It was a great time. I loved it.
No, definitely, man. Shout out to Mr. Little One. He did a hell of a job with that. Yeah. And it was crazy because JR, my uncle that sings, he tapped in with me. He was like, hey, I want to go ahead and perform with Doughboy Tony. We're gonna, we're gonna perform and let's go.
Yeah.
So again, I was like, man, whatever, right now I'm really cool with Prime. Shout out to my big bro Prime if he's watching. And obviously Prime is Conejo's right-hand man. So yeah. I tapped in with them, and sure enough, they're like, hey, man, Prime told me, hey, I'm not going to be there. Conejo said, green light, bro, come through.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck, Doughboy Tony is performing. Conejo is telling me, I'm like, fuck it, man, let's go.
Yeah.
And again, without me even knowing, just the fact that, I meet up with you out there, that right there was dope. But Doughboy Tony, man, talk to me about your experience, bro. You perform, you rock the stage, and tell me your take on it.
I loved it, bro. I feel like Smitty summed it up well. Seeing the raza just come together and seeing the people, the people that came to support the show. Everybody looked like they were having a good time despite it being hot as fuck. I know the homie kept coming back to the green room. You kept coming in. You're like, fuck.
Homie, my booth, way too hot I had a vendor booth. No one knows, but I had a vendor booth. I had ice cream. I kept going back, fucking having ice cream.
Yeah, but I mean, it's cool to see all the artists, all the raza. We came together and we threw an event for the people. Well, I mean, we didn't throw it, but we were part of it. Shout out Little One and everybody who was behind it. But it was a great experience, dog. Getting to meet other people that are in the same industry as me. Talking about collaborating and everything, and everybody showed nothing but love and respect, bro. Overall, my experience was great.
You know what's crazy? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, maybe because this is my first time actually being out of state, to see a performance. But I feel as though the people, I don't know, maybe in LA we're kind of too bougie. The crowd is maybe a little too bougie. But I feel like in Vegas, bro, everybody was rocking out, showing love without a doubt.
Oh, yeah, bro. I don't know.
You think it's? I mean, did you feel the difference, or you think it's the same thing?
I think I felt the difference.
Yeah.
Of course. I don't know if it's maybe just kind of like out here is just a regular thing. It happens all the time. We have shows all the time.
Out here, you get the crowd that just standing there.
Yeah.
Just looking at you.
All the events out here, a lot of the times is like the same artists that we get out here. So like a lot of people are just, they're used to it.
It's oversaturated out here.
Exactly. That's the word. It's oversaturated. And then when you go to somewhere like Vegas, who they don't experience that all the time, bro, they're ecstatic about it.
Yeah, that's definitely what it seemed like. Now, Smitty, man, I mean, obviously, like I said, bro, one thing that I'm intrigued with is your hustle. And the reason that you're here, I want to find out, where does that hustle come from? And with that being said, I want to take it to the very beginning, bro. As far as for anybody that wants to know a little bit more about you, where exactly were you born and raised at?
Well, I was born right here in California. I'm from Rolling Heights, California. If you don't know where it's at, it's right across from Puente. You know what I mean? Grew up there. Not too much long. You know what I mean? I grew up in, foster homes, group homes, and everything else since 8, 9 years old. You know what I mean? All the way up to almost 18, you know what I'm saying? In and out. But Rolling Heights will always be home. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro, that's where I grew up, man. And it was a dark upbringing. You know what I'm saying?
So, I mean, if you don't mind, let's get into detail about that. So, talk to me. Let's start off with your parents. How were your parents like growing up?
Okay, all right. Respectfully, my dad really wasn't present too much. You know what I mean? my mom, I guess she, she did her best, but it wasn't, you know what I mean? Uh, that's I really don't want to speak too negatively on them, you know what I'm saying? Just the positives, you know what I mean? They did what they could. Um, but yeah, it was a dark, you know what I mean? It was pretty dark, for me.
If you could get into detail, like I want you to paint this picture, right? Let's just say, talk to me how were times like in elementary or the early stages of your life. You have both parents at home, just moms. Where you were with grandma? How was it?
Dad was pretty much gone after two. Mom, worked a lot. I had a stepdad, you know what I mean? From what I always remembered, bro, I was always troubled, bro. I was always troubled. I had a lot going on. You know what I mean? My grandma helped raise me, you know what I'm saying, for the times that I wasn't around mom. You know what I mean? When I wasn't, busted or, you know what I mean, I was always with grandma, you know what I mean, growing up right there. Um, yeah, bro. Pretty much elementary was crazy, bro. I got kicked out like in third grade, second grade, third grade. Got kicked out the district. They sent me to like an all boys probation school called Mid Valley in Baldwin Park. Everybody had an ankle bracelet. Everybody was just fucking the outcasts of all their districts and shit,
Yeah.
But yeah, like it was pretty crazy, man. Yeah, growing up, man, like a lot of pain. That's all I gotta say. That's the details. A lot of pain, a lot of drama, a lot of toxicness. But I'm grateful for it all. You know what I mean?
Are you an only child? Do you have any other cousins, or are you pretty much soaking up all this loneliness and pain by yourself?
No, well, I mean, the story of where all that pain comes from. I mean, that's where the pain comes from. But I'm not an only child. I have well, technically, I'm the only one for me and my dad, right? I mean, my mom and my dad. But then I have my stepbrother, my little brother DJ, and then I have four other brothers from my dad. You know what I mean? So half brothers from my dad. So technically five brothers. You know what I mean? Um, but I grew up with older primos. You know what I mean? I got put on game with them. So I grew up a little fast. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, that's pretty much yeah.
So you would say like when you were growing up, you were always like the little homie, always just around the older people, like at all times, and
I'd be at parties in Puente. I'd be the little fucking mascot, the 9-year-old getting fucked up. You know? My primo would have to carry me home, fucking all wasted and shit. Like, man, good times, man. But like, that's what it was, man. I was always influenced like that. A lot of older homies, always doing things that I shouldn't be doing for my age. You know what I mean? Growing up way too fast.
yeah, no doubt.
But you live and you learn. I'm grateful for it all, bro.
Yeah.
So as opposed to people kind of giving you game, hey, you know what, stay away. It's safe to say that people influence you more. Hey, here you go, bro. Here's this beer, or here's this joint, or they'll pump you up into.
Well, when you're young and you don't feel any love, you know what I mean? You get love from where you can get it from. You know what I mean? Whether that be from the homies, whether that be from, partying or fucking whatever the case may be, that's where you get it from. So it's not really like, you know.
Talk to me. I want to know, like, when did you started to feel like, okay, you know what, the way I'm growing up isn't right, or you know what, man, my mom isn't treating me like if you could get into detail on that, like explain to me when we start to notice that your life is going a little different.
As far as negatively,
Yes, as far as like the love missing, the guidance not being there with your parents.
I feel it's been there since the jump. And I want to make this clear: respect to them. I have no ill will towards them. God bless them. You know what I mean? There's no ill will feeling. Obviously, the past is the past. We can't go back and change it. But it's always been there. The neglect, the lack of love, the lack of comfort. Like I said, me being a grown man these days and not wanting to spill hate or be bitter or be like, she was this. I just say, what, she did what she could. You know what I mean? She did what she could of what she knew at the time. You know what I mean? And it may have been wrong. It may have been, you know what I mean? Whatever. But, she did what she can, you know what I mean? And I'm over it. I've moved on, you know what I'm saying? But it's always been there, dude. It's always been there. I've always felt that. That's why I've always, you know, there was never really love. I feel in my from my perspective.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you were to ask them, they'd probably be like, "Oh, that's whatever." But from my perspective, it was just a lot of, a lot of physical torment. You know what I'm saying? A verbal, torment. It just wasn't a nice upbringing. You know what I mean? Right. So there was a lot of pain growing up. At 8 years old. 8, 9 years old, I went to the foster homes, in and out, went through so many, experienced so much abuse in there, so much physical abuse. Then going into state facilities, all that stuff, doing, all this crazy shit, bro. So I experienced so much craziness
Right.
As growing up, you know what I mean? And if you knew me back then, I was always so fucking crazy, man. I was always so like on one because I always felt like I had to be the one to kind of just like in my sense, and this is where I break it all down, bro. For me, I felt I was so crazy and always started shit and provoked and everything because I felt like if I did it first, it wouldn't come to me.
You wanted to be the aggressor.
Yeah, I wanted to, but because I didn't want to be messed with inside. Yeah. See, when I was young, I was a very sweet kid. Well, I feel, you know what I mean? I wasn't like a monster yet, you know what I mean? I had to create that persona because of all the shit that goes on in those places, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's that person I had to create to defend myself, to be safe, you know what I mean? In there, you have 8, 9-year-old kids locked up with 14-year-old kids in the same dorm and shit like that, you know what I mean? People are getting fucking punked and all that, and you know what I mean? Like, it's bad. It's not a nice environment, especially for, a kid. I have a son of my own, you know what I mean? And I couldn't. He's the age where all this started. I couldn't imagine him going through what I went through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no way. So, to answer your question, where does the hustle come from? From being so neglected from life. You know what I mean? And not neglected from life in general, but me neglecting my own opportunities. You know what I mean? Me burning my own bridges. Me doing all that other stuff. Being so negative and so. Just dark energy, you know what I mean? I killed a lot of opportunities for myself growing up, and I really didn't get my shit together till I was like 25, bro.
Right.
So at 25, is that when you felt like you really understood where all like the anger and like the trauma, like why it made you who you were? Do you feel like you understood it earlier on, but you just kind of didn't care?
I didn't think I was going to live to see 25. I didn't give a fuck, bro. Like, I was fucking just chaotic, bro. I would be homeless. I'd be all doing all this other shit. I'm just running amok, and I was trying to do music, trying to do this, but I really didn't grow up until I had my son.
Okay.
You know what I mean? My son, at that exact moment, it said, you know what? You need to put all your feelings aside because this little boy depends on you. If you don't fucking work, you don't hustle, he don't eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got out 2012. I caught a gun charge, and there I was facing like fucking 10 years because of the fucking. There was like 8 charges. Brandishing a firearm on a fucking peace officer because shit got crazy, bro. You know what I mean? It was on my birthday. The shotgun that I had, I pulled the plug. I had altered fucking the shaved serial numbers. I got it off, you know what I mean, whatever. And fucking, yeah, bro, it was bad. So I was looking at all that time. I ended up fucking getting a lawyer, and they ended up giving me like a joint suspension, and fucking, I was on my toes, you know what I mean? Anybody knows joint suspension, like you fucking jaywalk, you're going, you're fucking, they're throwing you away for your full fucking time, But my homeboy had a truck company. You know what I mean? Shout out to my homeboy Alfie. And he really saved my life, bro.
Right.
Because up until that point, I had no motivation to do nothing. He blessed me with opportunity to really make something of myself, bro. And he put me in a truck, and I was driving all over this place. And he really gave me a sense of real money, real responsibility, accountability. You know what I mean? We would be in those trucks all day long, bro, just working,
I want to take it back for a second real quick because I feel like we kind of sped up a little bit.
Yeah.
But so, because you said it like very nonchalant, but I feel like what you said, that's something very serious. You said you were 8 years old and you went to a foster home. Explain to me the feelings that you felt as a kid, going like shit, like you have to go to foster home. Explain to me what a young Smitty Smith is is feeling. How do you feel? Can you talk about that date?
Man.
You know, I want you like give me the details, big dog.
Okay. Damn, no one's ever asked me this. This is good. This is great. I was very scared. I was lost, you know. But damn, I'm gonna be real though. From what I was enduring at home, I was willing to accept that this new life. You know what I mean, of going through this whole thing because to escape what I was dealing with at home. You know what I mean? Um, it was, you know what I mean? It was very dark, bro. You know what I mean? It was very dark. Just the people aren't nice. You know what I mean? The foster parents might be nice, but their kids might be like hating on you. Or I remember I had a little radio. They broke it. My grandma's picture that I had a picture of my grandma and grandpa, and they took it. And just a lot of fucking abuse, bro. There's a lot of abuse. I mean, I've went through so many foster homes, probably like 15, 20 foster homes, and there was only one that was really, really good to me, bro. But by then, I was so far gone already from the toxic shit I've already gone through all the other ones. I was the one that was bullying the kid that was there.
Right.
That's been there for years. And she goes, "I'm sorry, you know, like I gotta let you go. Like you're hurting this kid." And they adopted that kid, you know. But it was just a lot of stuff, you know. Parents making us kids fight, you know, like fucking gladiator shit. You know what I mean? We're little kids, but this fool's fucking me up. You know what I mean? And when I would fucking win, they'd throw me in the room and just take away all my shit and just leave me in there. You know what I mean? From what I remember, I don't remember a lot of stuff because it's very traumatic. You know what I mean? And I think our brains naturally shut off all memories when shit's really super traumatic. You know, but I guess I say it not all nonchalant, homie, because I moved on.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't hold any resentment like that no more. I don't hold on to any of the pain no more. You know what I mean? I'm grateful for it because it's made me a better father because I'll never let my kid, you know what I mean, feel that way ever, you know? But just a lot of crazy stuff in there, bro. You know what I mean? A lot of things in the facilities, a lot of crazy shit, man. Staff fucking up, you know what I mean? You know, fucking us up and you know, us fucking each other up and stabbings, all that shit, bro. You know, like all that shit goes down in there, and it really had to make me fucking be in that mode all the time. You know what I mean?
Is there a certain day that maybe stands out? Maybe the craziest day, the saddest day, or is there one day that pop like stands out from the rest?
I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Like all those years were hard on me, bro. All those years were hard on me. Um, you know, I remember I went in like 2 days before Christmas in 2002. 2 days before Christmas, bro, and I was just like, I was I think 11 or 12 years old, and I think I did like 11 months or something like that. And I was like, damn, bro, like, so for so many years until I had my kid, you know what I mean, up until 25, I really never celebrated holidays. I didn't celebrate birthdays. I didn't feel I deserved it, bro. I didn't feel I deserved nothing, dog. You know, I was so I just closed myself to all feelings, everything. Everybody who knows me back then, like I had a good heart, and if you knew me, I had a good heart, and you knew it. But you know, I was just really in a dark space, bro. Anger and hate fueled my life, you know, and I just wasn't in a good space ever, bro. You know what I mean?
Let's just say right now there's somebody, a kid at the foster home, right? Maybe dealing with the same stuff that you did. Let's just say right now the holidays are coming up, Christmas, Thanksgiving. If you could give them any advice as to how to keep their head up, what would you tell them?
Stay strong, mijo. Stay strong. Stay strong. You know, just know that this is not gonna last forever. Just know that these times aren't gonna last forever. You know, it's beyond your understanding at this moment in time that you think this is forever because you're living in it right now. It is your right now, but this is not forever. Learn from this. Learn from these times. Identify. You know, identify with yourself during these times. You're gonna learn about yourself during these times. You're gonna know how strong you really are in these times. And even though those tears may fall every single day, and you might cry yourself to sleep, eventually those tears are going to stop. You know what I mean? But don't lose yourself. Don't lose yourself. You are worthy of love. You're worthy of being loved. You know, you're worthy of you know, you're a very special person. We're all special, you know, and even though you might feel because nobody's giving you any love or nobody's giving you any attention or any affection, doesn't mean you're not worthy of it and you don't deserve it. You know, we all deserve to be loved and be treated well. Unfortunately, some of us get the shitty end of the stick early on in life, and some are blessed with love and happiness and families, and some are blessed to really go through some shit. But just know it's not going to go in vain, because as you get older and when you become a man and when you have your own kids, you're going to love them even harder. You know what I mean? You're going to love them better than the next man, most likely, because you've already suffered as a kid and you know how that feels to not have your parents or not have this or not have that. And you're going to go extra hard for them and be an extra good human being in life, you know, because you're really going to know those experiences that you've endured during your life. So just know, you know what I mean, this pain that you feel today is not forever. Today's pain is not tomorrow's pain. You know what I mean? Eventually, you know, it's going to be okay. So just hold on and pray to God. If you don't know God, get to know him. You know what I mean? How do I do that? Just look up to the sky and say, God, if you're real, please be there for me. And he's going to show you, you know, he's going to show you how real he really is. And it's going to be okay. And just know that if no one's ever said they love you, I love you. And it's going to be all right.
That's deep, man. That's
yeah,
deep.
bro.
That's
It's
beautiful.
powerful, man.
Yes, sir. So, Smitty Smith in middle school was already a knucklehead.
Oh, I was
Already bullshit.
kicked out of all the schools, bro. All of them. I never lasted. You know, I never lasted. Dropped out of school at 16. I was super smart too, bro. I remember being smart. I used to tutor like other little kids and shit, and then just everything just spiraled out of control, bro. You know what I mean? Things got dark, and you know, started drinking. No, I mean, I was drinking already. Smoking, all that shit. I wasn't really a huge smoker, but you know what I mean? I'd fuck around, you know. I was able to buy beer since like I think 15, 16 years old. So I was at the Rolling Heights Liquor right there buying fucking cases of 40s for all the homies, and they can vouch that shit. You know what I mean? We'd be at the park, and man, everyone just save all their monies back then, you know, and we just get a case of 40s and shit, and you know, living that low life, you know.
I know you mentioned being incarcerated. How old were you when you caught like your first case?
Man, you know, it wasn't really the cases. It was me always being put away in those facilities. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I've been caught with well, not caught. So I used to sell a lot, right?
Yeah.
I'd be selling a lot of pills, you know, because back then they had me on like Ritalin, Seroquel. I'd have weed. The other homie from Pomona, he would give me fucking shit, and I'd slang it. And I would go to school on these campuses when I lived on the street. I'd go to these in-campus schools. So everybody who lived there was from that group home, right? But I'd be from the street, so I'd be bringing them in. Now, a lot of these fools don't have cash, or some of them would have cash, but they'd be giving me iPods. I'd have like 30 fucking iPods.
Oh, shit.
Like, I'd have like fucking like $1,200 in cash all the time on me. And I'm a 15, 16-year-old kid. You know what I mean? But they'd always find them with the dope. You know what I mean? They'd always find them with the pills. But I would never get caught. You know what I mean? So that was like my first real little fucking case, right? And they told me the school district got involved, and they said, well, technically we didn't find nothing on him, and the kids aren't saying anything, but we found the dope on them, and he has a bunch of money, he has all this shit on him. 1 + 1 = 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So because they couldn't technically like charge me or nothing, they still sent me away. I remember they sent me away to Texas.
Oh,
They
shit.
shipped me to Texas, bro, because the little fucking facilities, I already had a record being in these facilities. I would run away, no problem, bro. I'd always run away. I'd always fucking do my thing. I'd go for 5 days. I remember fucking, I was like 9, 10 years old, and I walked from this facility in San Dimas all the way to West Covina through the canyons. You know the 57 right there in Covina Boulevard? Have you ever been right there?
Yeah.
All that canyon, that green underneath the pass. I walked through all that shit, bro. I remember being a little ass kid walking through like the tunnels with bare shoes, and for miles, bro. And I remember walking and making it through finally like a day later. And I'm like, now that I think about it now, I'm like, damn, bro. I could have been eaten by a fucking mountain lion. I could have been raped by a fucking serial killer in there. Like I was a little ass kid, my son's age, a little bit older than my son's age, small ass guy alone in the canyons, bro. I'm just like, damn. And that was one of the facilities. So I had a history of always running away. So they said, look, we can't charge him. Well, this is what was told to me. You know what I mean? I was always fucking all fucked up back then. But they said, oh, we can't charge you, but because whatever, we talked to your parent or whatever, your mom, and she said, fucking send you away. And yeah, dog, they shipped me to fucking Houston, Texas, bro. League City, Texas, which is right next to Houston.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was like, but it was like everybody was from California there. But it was like a straight lockdown facility, bro. Like straight locked the fuck down. So it's like, it might not have been like the halls, but like, dog, you know what I mean? Like that shit was fucking, fools are fucking each other up with fucking batteries and socks and a whole bunch of shit, dog. I fucking almost went to TDC because some fucking, I'm not gonna say no colors or names or whatever, but this fucking dumbass, you know what I mean? This guy at the time was woofing his mouth all the time. And my roommate, fucking, he was from Bolin. He fucking, some shit was really brewing, bro. You know what I mean? There was a lot of racial tension there. You know what I mean? And he made me a fucking, you know what I mean? A fucking little bic with the razor on it. You know what I mean? And right when this shit was happening, right when we're going to fucking, you know, morning chow and shit, you know, this fucking guy, man, we started getting into it. I broke that shit out. The fucking staff member goes like this to intervene. I end up slicing him right here on his fucking ear.
The staff member?
Yeah, the staff member. He goes like this.
Yeah.
Right in front of me, and I fucking boom, and it slices him, right? And it fucks him up, bro, because this is a straight razor on a fucking bic, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit. They split us up. These dudes are talking about like, hey, fucking, you're gonna go to real fucking Texas fucking prison over here. You know what I mean? For youth. It's like it's like
YA.
It's like YA for fucking over there,
Texas,
right?
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, that shit wasn't for you, bro. And he's like, and then they said, he wants to talk to you, right? He's all bandaged and shit. And I said, hey, man, I just want to say I'm very sorry, bro. I never meant to do that to you. That wasn't for you. These dudes are over here threatening my fucking existence. You know what I mean? And I had to do what I had to do. I felt what I had to do. And you intervened, bro, at the last one. He goes, I know. He goes, I just wanted to make sure. He goes, I just wanted to see if you're sorry or not. Because he was feeling me out. Like, do I fucking press charges on this fool? Because it was already, the Texas cops were already there and everything, bro. And he's like, nah, I'm not going to press charges on you. So that shit saved me, bro. Because I would have fucking, you know what I mean? That would have took a whole different turn.
Yeah, and that could have completely changed your life story, bro. Like, you never know. You know, you would have landed somewhere in a prison out there. You never know what could have happened.
Dog, it would have been all fucking bad.
And this is what, like teenage years right here?
Yeah, I was 16, bro.
16?
I was 16, and then I released out of there like 17 and a half. And then after that, I was out for a little while, and then, you know, little county bids here and there, nothing crazy. I never really did fucking no fucking prison time or nothing like that, bro. I've always been blessed. I've always got lucky. You know what I mean? Never nothing like that. I thank God, bro, because I've done some shit. You know what I mean? I've never been to prison, homie, and I'm really thankful for that. I just done a lot of county time, you know what I mean?
Without a doubt. Something that obviously I could hear the pride every time we talk about your son, you know, which to me, that's really dope to hear that you take a lot of pride in being a father. Now, being a father, right, obviously that shows you that gave you the love that you never had ever in your life. But now, did that somewhat make you want to have a bond, a relationship with your mother to kind of, I guess, fill in that gap of?
I'm going to be real, bro. Me and my mom still to this day haven't talked. We haven't talked in years.
And how do you feel about that?
Me going to church now and everything else, bro, getting my life right and having peace in my life. I've never had peace in my life. Now I finally do have peace. And, you know, it bothers me because I want her to be a part of my life and my story, you know. But when you have so much history with the person and it's not positive and there's just so much just bad blood, you know what I mean, between you both, it's just best to say, you know what, I wish you well, but like, just stay where you're at and I'll stay where I'm at. But it's like, I don't wish bad upon her. I don't say like, oh, I hope she fucking rots in hell, like shit. I don't ever say that, bro. I just met up with my little brother for his birthday, and I said, how's she doing? He goes, oh, she's okay. And I said, cool. I said, I just want to let you know, I don't know what she says, but I don't feel anything towards her. You know what I mean? I don't feel any hate. I don't feel any bitterness. I wish her love. I wish her happiness. I wish her success. You know what I mean? I wish her the best in life. It's just, the few times that she has come back in my life, it always just spirals out of control and just goes negative. And where I'm at, when you have peace in your life, you don't want anything to disturb that peace. But I pray on it. If it's meant if it's meant to be, and God wants that for my life, and He wants her to have a relationship with me, then it'll happen in His time. You know what I mean? In His due time. You know. But yeah, that answered your question right there.
Yeah, I mean it's tough because I have a mother that I love and I adore, and I cherish the relationship that I have with my mother.
Yeah.
It feels good knowing that, I mean, God forbid, if ever something happens to me, I know if I call my mom, she's there, bro,
Yeah.
And I feel like, we all need that, and it's just unfortunate that you don't have that. And I really do hope that maybe hopefully one day, man, you and your mother are able to just, man, just, I guess, get over everything that has ever happened. And hopefully you guys are able to establish a relationship, man.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a motherly figure. It was my grandma, the one who's tatted right here. She was my mom. She was the one that raised me. She died in 2020, broke my heart. I really feel like I put my mom in the ground that day because she was really there for me. All the years I was put away in those fucking places, I could expect 2 letters a week every fucking week. You know what I mean? Sometimes it was 5 letters a week. So she always was there for me, always answered my phone calls, my collect calls, everything, bro. So I did have that motherly love. It just wasn't enough to save me from the fucking bullshit that I was going through.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? The streets, all that shit. It wasn't enough. I seeked more. I started getting tatted up very, very early, like 14, 15 years old. You know what I mean? Just really starting to indulge myself in all the bullshit. You know what I mean? But yeah, I did have that mother. I just want to state that for the record. I do, you know what I mean? She was my mom. My grandma was my mom.
Tell me what's something that you miss about your grandma.
Oh,
like
man.
what? Tell me.
I just miss how sweet she was. The unconditional love, the knowing my history, knowing my past. I'd come home with blood on me and shit from rumbling, you know what I mean, with foods and, fighting and all that shit. And she wouldn't tell me nothing, bro. She would just be like, you okay, mijo? And I'd come home drunk, she'd have menudo for me the next morning. She'd make me cakes, bro. I just miss that unconditional love. You know what I mean? Because in my life right now, I feel like a fucking orphan, dog. I really do. My dad, he's existence in my life, but we just talk. We're just like homies. Like, hey, what's up, Holmes? You heard of this? Woo, 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 woo. Oh, you know any food selling some fucking Dayton's or a fucking Alpine? Oh, let me know, homie. Woo, woo, woo. But that's all it is. You know what I mean?
So you still talk to your dad more than you talk to your mom?
Oh, yeah. But it's...
What about I know you mentioned having
once in a while.
A stepdad.
A wonderful man. I want to state that for the record. My stepdad, Darren, is a wonderful man. He was there for me since like 2 years old. Even to this day, bro, my car will break down. My car will, whatever. I need tires. He works, at a spot that does all that shit, bro. And he still looks out for me to this day. I was having lunch with him yesterday, and
Nice.
A wonderful man, and he's a good man, and I apologized to him early on, a couple years ago. Now that I'm more established in my life and I'm level-headed, and I have the wisdom to acknowledge. I wasn't the nicest kid to him, you know what I mean? I wasn't the nicest guy. I used to always tell him, "You're not my dad," and and he'd always be upset. We've had a lot of history, but he's a great man, you know what I mean, and a great grandpa, and I'm very thankful for him in my life. And I just want to say, Darren, I'm really thankful for you. I appreciate you a lot.
No, that's real.
What do you feel like with your biological father, does he try to have a relationship with your son at all? Like, or is that still kind of
You're asking all the right questions, bro. You're asking
What's the word podcast,
Yes,
baby? That's
sir.
what we do.
I don't want to speak negatively on anybody, but it's not really speaking negative, it's speaking facts.
Yeah.
And in the 8 years my son's been alive, it'll be 8 years in December. He's only seen him like 3-4 times,
Damn.
maybe 5 times. It hasn't been that many times, you know what I mean? And we've had this conversation. I don't really want to put it out there too much, but I said it's not it's your loss. It's not his
Yeah.
loss.
Yeah.
He has people who love him. He's an awesome kid. He's the most adorable, loving kid ever.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to see him, and there's always excuses, oh well, I'm this and I'm that, and I don't, I'm, I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna be around too much longer, so I don't want to make him love me, and that's bullshit. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry, pops, if you're watching this shit. I'm sorry, homie, but that's the truth, and you know it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't his loss. He's always gonna have people who love him, but you have an opportunity. You have air in your lungs right now. You have a car. There's trains. There's this. If you really want to see your grandson, you can see him. You know what I mean? Same thing with my mom. If she's watching this shit with my stepdad, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, because, my stepdad follows me on Instagram. I'll never deny, what I mean, your grandkids. I'll never deny your grandkid anything, to ever. You just have to be woman enough to call me and say, hey, I would love to see my, what I mean? I'd love to see him. And you can see him whenever you want. You know what I mean? You just have to be woman enough to call me. I'm not going to go chase you. You know what I mean? It's all love, just do the right thing. We've had so many years of, no talking, just call and say, hey, because I'm not going to put our business out there, but there's been incidents with visiting and stuff like that where they never went right, so I just want to call and establish some principles, some rules, you know what I mean? And that's it. And she could take them, it's no problem.
Right. Now, there's one thing that I feel us three, we could all, we could all agree with, that we all have had amazing grandmothers, right?
Yeah.
My grandmother, she was one of a kind, man. She was a special lady. But the mistake that I made, towards the end, was once I got older, I kind of drifted a little bit too much apart from my family. Obviously, I'm a man. That's what men do. But I exaggerate a little bit too much.
Yeah.
And I say all that to say that she passed away. And I mean, I was very sad, bro, because I felt guilty. Like, man, I should have took her out to eat more. I should have spent more time with her. I should have just ate, anything that she was cooking. Yep. Point is, I should have spent more time with her, right?
Yeah.
And that's a guilt that I feel. And I mean, obviously, Doughboy, I know your grandmother recently passed away.
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear
and,
that,
thank you.
Yeah, so, I just want to tell everybody, man, if your grandma's still alive, man, hey.
Call her right now.
Call her.
Go to her house. Give her a hug.
Yeah, go ahead and all of her pictures on Facebook. Leave a comment, Shout out to all the grandmothers out there, man.
Because once they're gone, they're gone.
And that's exactly what I want to get to. So if there's anything that you could tell your grandmother if she was listening, what would it be?
She knows. I love her. I love you with all my heart. You're my queen. I would die for you to have, you know what I mean? I love you with all my heart. All those moments. See me, I was on tour when she died. I was on tour when she had her stroke. And I hurried up and flew back, and she gave me 3 days to be with her, and then she passed. And she got to see my face on the bus, and it was devastating, bro. But up until that point, see, I was selfish. I interviewed her 6 months before she died.
Oh, shoot.
And she spoke at her own funeral. I put a whole thing, and I said, I want you to speak at your own funeral. And I, of course, had her do a message for me. And I couldn't say goodbye. There's so many people. How many people do we know that say, I don't even remember their voice. I can't remember their voice anymore. I had a conversation with someone, and they're like, they've been gone for 10 plus years, 15 years already. I don't remember what they sound like. Excuse me. I said, you don't have video of them or anything? No, I don't. And there's a lot of people that don't. So I couldn't let her go without having her voice on record. I had a professional cameras interview her, everything, bro. And she pretty much told the family that to love each other, you know what I mean? Because she was the last pillar of the family. And just like we all expected or suspected, the family don't really talk to each other no more. Nobody talks anymore, I used to always bring her milkshakes, and she was my queen. And just like you, I have regrets too. I strayed for a long time as well, but don't hold yourself, to feel bad, because we have to find ourselves. As we get older, we become young men. We have to go out there. We have to fuck up. We have to do this. We have to do that. That's where we gain our life experience. You know what I mean? And it's, and they understand that, just like, every baby bird has to leave the nest eventually, what I mean, fly, and then eventually they'll, probably come back, but they have to spread their wings and fly. We all have to fly. And a lot of us, you know, we go through shit, we do drugs, we drink, we party, we do this, and we lose ourselves for a couple years until we, you know, something happens to us, you know, or whatever, and we just wake up one day. So, you know, your grandma, I'm sure she understood, you know what I mean? And she knows she loved, you know, you loved her. But if my grandma was here and was watching, just know, you know, I talk to her all the time, you know, I love her. I love you with all my heart. And I hope that one day I see you again. And that's the reason why, one of the main reasons why I turned to God, you know what I mean? Because I didn't want to leave this earth one day and not see you again, you know, and I would cry to you on your grave and I would say, please tell me if I'm walking the wrong path. You know what I mean? I used to be very negative and very into that fucking dark shit. You know what I mean? And I would tell her, you know, and that's what hurt me too, because she would look at me and say, "You're my angel. You're my good boy. You're the love of my life." You know, like I was her favorite grandkid. She used to call me her eighth kid because she had seven. And she would look at me and say, "You're my sweet boy," and it would make me cry, bro, because I know I was nothing, nowhere near sweet. I was fucking bitter. You know what I mean? I was not. You know what I mean? I was not a nice dude. Yeah. But that was my queen. You know what I mean? So you know, I love her with all my heart. I have grandma's boy. I have her portrait right here. I have her name right here. You know what I mean?
That's dope, man. That's beautiful. As you said that, I'm thinking of this picture. I don't know if you guys seen this, you know, on Instagram, but there's like a devil, but the devil is hugging his grandma, and obviously the grandma she's looking past the fact that he's a devil, still showing him love. Like,
that's what I was gonna say. It goes back to what you said earlier about the unconditional love. You know, like you said, like you call me a sweet boy, and I'm nothing like that. But even if she knew that, she wouldn't care, bro. Like that's just how grandmas were. You know, like that's how both my grandmas are. You know.
Yeah. And that's the beautiful thing about grandmas, because your parents can be good parents, but you never will get that love like grandma's love. I don't know. I have some homies with some fucked up grandmas, though. I'm like, that's your grandma. That's fucked up. You know? Like, she's fucking mean, bro. You know, but for the most part, they're sweet. They're loving. You know what I mean? And, you know, there'll never be another like her, you know, and I'll always treasure that love in my heart and keep that love in my heart, because now that I'm older and I'm wiser, and I want to walk a more righteous path, I have to use her as an example of how I want to love. You know what I mean? I never had love in my whole life. You know what I mean? It was always tainted. It was always distorted. You know what I mean? So now that I'm a father and I want to walk a more righteous path and live with love, I have to keep some of those things in mind, you know, of how I want to be and use her as an example. She was just so loving and kind, and that's what I'm trying to do in life. You know, I'm trying to flip my whole script. I don't want to be known as a negative person. I don't want to be known as an angry person, a hateful person, a bitter. You know what I mean? I want to be known as, oh, that's Smitty. He's the nicest dude ever, man. You know, like I want to be known as something completely different. You know, reinvent myself. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. Honestly, this is deep, and I appreciate you opening up and, you know, telling us everything how it was growing up.
Yeah.
Right. But obviously, again, when I first met you, bro, I met you on the field. By that, I mean I met you hustling. You know, I want to give a shout out to VOTG, shout out to Bozo. You know, that's
homies.
Yeah, VOTG, that's family right there. But I met you, bro. I met you when you had a big ass fucking camera, a red camera, putting in work. Like I said, you could tell when somebody's focused, and right there, bro, it was strictly professional.
Yeah.
But I say that to ask you this. I want to know, when was your first experience with a camera?
Okay, so I did music for so many years, right? I did music for so many years, and this is where I want to make the message to everybody listening to relate it to themselves. You might think you have your path set. You might think you might have your journey set. Like, oh, I want to be a firefighter. I want to be this, whatever. And you're doing it, and you have a fallout, and it drops off from beneath you. You know what I mean? And don't think of your world as your world being over, because I did music, and that's all I ever wanted to do was just create and produce. And I was with a music team, and they were like my family. You know what I mean? I rep that shit like a fucking gang. You know what I mean? And we had a big fallout, and it was because of that made me pick up a camera. So you have to thank the struggle sometimes, because in the times of struggle and in the times of you know, falling out in dark times, you find yourself and you find a new path. You know what I mean? So once that happened, I picked up a camera and I started doing my own stuff. And it was also half of not wanting to pay. You know what I mean? People at the time, music videos were super expensive. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'm gonna teach myself this, and that was like in 2017, 2016. I started with the little Canon Rebel, and it really just grew from there. Fast forward, last year or 2 years ago, I sold a lot of my stuff, because quality's always been my number one priority. If you're gonna do this, let's do it right. I had a beautiful '64 Impala, I had a beautiful Lincoln Town Car,
Shit.
all hooked up. I sold the '64. That was my dream car. I bought it for my 30th birthday, right after my grandma passed away. I bought it so that maybe it would fill a hole or something, but it never filled anything. So I ended up selling it, and I ended up getting like $150,000 worth of equipment. Red cameras, badass fucking TV, prime movie lenses, everything, man. And really just said, fuck it, man. If I can't bet on myself, then who's gonna bet on me? You know what I mean? And invest in yourself, everybody. Invest in yourself. Don't be afraid. At the end of the day, if you fail, then it's not really a failure. It was a learning experience, and now you have another. You have more knowledge of how not to do it the next time, or you just learn. You know what I mean? You learn life experiences. You learn. So don't take it, as a bad thing. You know what I mean? Just see it as another trial leading up to your greatness. But yeah, so I sold everything, man. I sold all my stuff, jewelry. I sold cars. I sold, I sold everything, bro. And I put all bets on myself. And I want to because it was right after the pandemic. So right when everything started happening again, which was 2022, right? 2022 was like everything was back to normal a little bit, I just hit the ground running, bro. And I was doing a lot of free shit for so long, bro. So long. And then finally I started, my work started getting out there more, and the music videos and the fast edits. What I really got my name for is the 24-hour turnarounds, bro. Yeah. I was doing sick ass music videos and 24-hour turnarounds, and then eventually I met up with Blanca from Bobby D Presents, and she put me onto the concert game. I never thought I'd film concerts, bro. I never wanted to fucking film concerts. You know what I mean? And I just ended up being really fucking good at it, And fast forward till now, it's like I've gotten my name out there so well. I'm working with such amazing big artists and everything else like that, and it's been a real blessing, bro. And I'm just so thankful to God. I'm humble. I used to be a cocky son of a bitch too, you know what I mean? And these days, I don't want to have not one cocky, cell in my body.
Right.
You know what I mean? I give all the glory to God. I give all the credit to God. And I never take any credit. Everyone's like, man, you're so amazing. Your work's so awesome. I said, it's all God, bro. Because
put that ego away.
Because he took it all away. See, we didn't talk about that. We skipped a lot of fucking little things, you know what I mean? But I ended up being all by myself. I lost the music team. I lost everything. You know what I mean? I had nothing going for myself. God pretty much took it all away.
If you don't mind me asking, why did you guys have that fallout?
It was creative differences, bro. You know what I mean? I wanted to establish myself, but still be a part of that team. It's like you saying, we've been this for so long. I wanna start my own thing, but I still want to be with you because you're family. But I want to, establish myself with my own brand. You know what I mean? I have no problem repping the home team, but I want to have my own stuff going on. You know what I mean? I created Sick Minded Records, you know what I mean? And I wanted to have my own, but that person didn't want to have that. And eventually it did, he was cool with it, but it's just, it just didn't work out, you know what I mean? And but much love and respect to them. He's actually pretty well known in the game and doing a lot of great things. And I wish him love. I wish him happiness. I wish him success. And there's no ill will right here. You know what I mean? So I'll just say a shout out to LP. You know what I mean? Shout out to Illegal Productions. You know what I mean? Much love and respect to them. Alex Ibarra. You know what I mean? That was my big brother for so long. That was family. You know what I mean? And maybe one day, if God permits, you never know. because I started rapping again. You know what I mean? I'm working on 2 albums right now.
Hell yeah.
I got an album, a funk album with Dominator coming out soon. So all funk, you know what I mean? And then I'm also doing another solo album for rap. So far, I got like 5 tracks with Cocaine. I'm getting Sugar Free on some shit. You know, I got I'm working on some stuff with the homegirl Squishy. You know, my homegirl Squishy right here. You know, I'm doing an EP for her. I got some sick ass beats, bro. Bringing back some real fucking hip hop shit. And I'm excited, bro. You know, I never thought I'd rap again, to be honest with you. I've been producing for years, so I always stay producing beats. But I never thought that I would rap again, you know. And me being, you know, I've been going to church and everything for the last 2 years. That really changed my life all around, and I'm grateful to God for it, for me to even, you know, wake up like that. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't party, I don't do none of that stuff these days. I just try to work and stay righteous and be a good father. You know what I mean? Life is beautiful these days. Even though, you know, have my moments and I go through some things. You know, I feel in this industry, you're very, you know, our titles were very undervalued.
For sure. Now, one of the reasons why me being a photographer as well, one of the reasons that I love to go ahead and take pictures is because I feel it's very therapeutic to me. And I could be at a concert, I could be anywhere, and it's crazy. Like I'm ignoring like whatever it is where I'm at. It's like I see past it because I'm so focused on the lens and trying to capture just that right picture, right? And again, it's therapeutic to me. Now, obviously, you know, you're a videographer, but now you're going back into music. So what I'm trying to ask is does music make you feel a little bit better than you do, you know, recording? Or
you want to know the truth? Music was my first love.
Okay.
That was my first heart. Music saved me. If I didn't have music, I probably would have died for sure. Either by my own hand or someone else's hand. You know what I mean? Because like I said, it was dark times growing up. Music saved me. When I was 11 years old, 11 years old, I was in a place, in a facility, and my roommate introduced me to poetry. You know what I mean? And ever since then, it's been on since then, writing poetry. But to get to your question is, it's not the same no more, bro. It's not the same. Music was my first love, and I still love making beats. I still love to create, but it's not my world anymore. I feel my world is my, you know, like my son, and I feel like my world is filming. It's filming now. It's the new passion. It's the new spark, the new flame underneath your ass that keeps you fucking excited in life. You know what I mean? And music's just not the same no more. I'm doing it because I feel like I'm in a position right now. Like I'm meeting up with a lot of these bigger artists, and I'm like, hey, let's work something out. You know what I mean? Like I got these fucking movie cameras, and I'm doing sick ass work. Let's trade some fucking work for work. You know, let's do it. And that's how I've been doing a lot of this shit, bro. And I got some huge fucking videos coming up soon. It's really gonna blow everybody's mind. The artists that I'm working with, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, they're legends, bro. And I'm just so grateful for that. And it's just crazy how just, you know, when you put God first, how everything just aligns itself, you know? But yeah, music's not the same no more, bro. But I still love it. It's just, I don't get that feeling like I do filming.
Now, something that you said, bro, you said when you first started recording people, obviously you did a lot of stuff for free.
Yes.
But sometimes that's what we need to do for exposure. Sometimes, like you said, that's an investment that you do on yourself.
Yes.
You got to do stuff for free.
You
that
have
way
to.
you get your work out there
time.
and you're able to establish relationships, right? Now, right now, I feel like your foot is on the gas, bro. You got your foot on the pedal. You're constantly everywhere. How do you find the time to do that? Like, are you fully committed to recording? Do you still have a job on the side?
I film full time, bro. I haven't had a real job in years. You know what I mean? I haven't had a real job in years. It pays the bills. It does everything. I'm always traveling. You know, I'm flying out in a couple days, and right when I get back, I'm flying out again. You know what I mean? I'm always traveling, always doing things. But yeah, man, this is pretty much what it is, bro. You know, and to anybody watching who it doesn't have to be photography. It doesn't have to be videography. It can be you making cupcakes and shit. You want to make your own cupcake business. Stay consistent. You owe it to yourself to stay consistent to yourself and keep doing it. It might cost you money. It might drain your bank. But if it's your passion, you know, I'd rather you put your 10,000 hours to master something within yourself than to give it to somebody else working for a job. You know what I mean? We're in the years of entrepreneurship, you know what I mean? Where you gotta be your own boss. You know what I mean? Live your life to the fullest and feed your passion, feed your dreams. You know what I mean? Keep making those cupcakes. Keep going to barber school. Cut all the homies' hairs in the neighborhood until you can save up some money to go to barber school and then do it legitly. Keep perfecting your craft. Keep perfecting your craft, because I guarantee you, once you master it, you're gonna be great at what you do, and there's a market for everybody out here. You just gotta find your market. You know what I mean? And believe in yourself. Always believe in yourself. You know what I mean? Never doubt yourself. And it'll all come together. You just got to take that leap. You just got to jump and just do it. Just do it. Me selling everything, my dream car, spending all that money, I haven't recouped it back yet. You know what I mean? That's a lot of money, $150,000. That's a lot of money. But you know what? I'm on my way, and I understand the process. And that's the last thing I got to say. Trust the process. Trust the process. You know what I mean? But keep grinding, keep getting your work out there, keep getting people to know that you exist, to know your work. Like we were saying, we did a lot of stuff for free. Sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you have to do that. You can get paid to film a certain somebody, but there's another artist there. Still film them anyway and do them a recap. You know what I mean? There's so many artists that I've been paid to shoot, but then I'll stay for the other 5 artists and I'll make them reels. And the people who actually got paid to do their reels, I blow them out the water. You know what I'm saying? And then I get exposure because they end up posting mine. And see how you would have did if I would have never gotten that exposure if I never would have put in the work and did it. So what I'm saying. Sometimes you got to just go the extra mile for yourself in order to get that exposure. And a lot of stuff's done for free in the beginning. You know what I mean? But that's your investment toward yourself. That's you perfecting your craft. That's you know what I mean, putting in that work for yourself.
Yeah. No doubt. I wanted to ask, bro, because you know you said you went from music to like photography.
Yeah.
Was there like a certain moment since like the second you picked up a camera that you like felt like, okay, this is it? Like, was there like just whether it was a shoot or like a photo shoot, video shoot, or like just one moment where you were like, okay, this is what I love, this is what I'm gonna do, and like this is what I'm gonna take on?
It was one of the first music videos that I did. I realized how good I was. Not even knowing the program, nothing. Just the way I got the shots. I think one of the first music videos I did, it had to be like maybe I don't want to say the first, but within the first 5 or 6. And it was at that point where I realized, like, damn, I'm actually really good at this, and I'm self-taught. Never done this before. The edits were like super clean and dope, but the quality didn't match the eye. And that's when I started, when I was doing the truck driving, that's when I started dumping a lot of money into new cameras and seeing that my looks are starting to get a little better and better. And you have to, this fucking field will drain you, you know what I'm saying, financially. It's expensive shit, but it's so good because when you're passionate, you know what I mean, it's all for the greater good of the art, you know. But that's when I realized, bro, I was like, man, and that's when the passion kind of switched, because I wasn't doing music. And I started filming and editing, and I was like, damn, if anybody who's done music and video editing, you're going to see it's the same type of setup from a DAW, audio, everything, but except it's video clips instead of audio waves. Yeah. And it's the same slicing and dicing and moving this and moving that and fading in and doing, it's the same shit. And I did audio engineering since I was, for like 15 years, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I felt it was like the same thing. And it got me excited because I was like, man, this is like the same world, except it's the other hand. Because video and music go in it's the same shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? You never, we're not in the Charlie Chaplin fucking days where we're just seeing video with no audio. It goes hand in hand, audio and videos in the same category.
Yeah, nowadays, artists, you know, speaking as artists myself, like we need photographers, you know, we need videographers. We need that because it just helps push the movement forward, you know?
Absolutely. You got to capture the moment. And I just want to give you your flowers, big dog. You're amazing. You have amazing photography, bro. I
appreciate you, man. Thank you.
You have amazing photography. And I've been giving you credit and props since I first seen your shit, bro. You're definitely dope, and never stop, bro. You know what I mean? I don't consider myself a photographer, and I don't think I'll ever claim that title. but my pictures are badass. You know what I'm saying? And I'm grateful to God for him to give me the vision to see things. And I'm the kind of guy where you can just play me a song or just whatever, and I start coming up with ideas like nothing, dude, like out of thin air, and everyone's like, dude, that's a gift, bro. Like, and I don't know where that comes from either, dog. You know, but I'm just so grateful, bro, and I'm so grateful to, you know, just to do what I love, bro.
And when you, oh my bad, bro.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, when you're like your creative process. So like, let's say when you're working on a music video, like with the artist, do you kind of just like let them tell you what they want, or do you feel like you got a creative mindset as well for like not just the talent with the camera, but you feel like you got a good like creative mindset?
I think it's a give and take, because a client coming to you, asking or telling you what he sees for himself, and then hearing his budget and seeing what's possible, what's a possibility. You could say, oh, I want to do a video in space, but all I got is $2,000 for the video budget. That ain't happening, homie. You know, like, of course. That's not happening, you know? But trying to paint the proper visual and give him the right visual for what he can afford, you know, and try to be as creative as possible. And if I can't do that, then we have to match it. You know what I mean? I like it. Oh, I like this idea. I like where you're going with this. But unfortunately, we don't have $50,000-$60,000 to get this thing. But how about we do this instead? That's going to save us some money. You just get a couple family members or friends to help me and do what I tell them to do when we're on set recording. And that'll help out with the crew costs, you know what I mean? And then we can still achieve this look by doing this instead, but it's the same type of thing, but it's not going to cost like that. So definitely brainstorming and freestyling ideas, you know what I mean? It definitely, it comes in handy, man. You know what I mean? Man, it's pretty dope.
Hell yeah.
Looking at your work, man, I mean, I see Snoop Dogg, I see MC Magic, I see Cocaine. I see a lot of top tier artists that you're working with right now. Do you still get nervous? Because me personally, bro, I get nervous every shoot. Every time I go link up with somebody, deep down I'm nervous. I don't know if that's just the ambition that I have to that I apply pressure on myself that I want to do great. But me, I'm always nervous, and sometimes like it's crazy because Doughboy Tony. He performed in Santa Ana at what the Yost?
At the Yost, yeah.
At the Yost, right?
I was just there.
So my boy was rocking the stage, and it's crazy because obviously me, you know, just recording him, but then it hits me like, fuck, bro, everybody's looking at me like, oh shit, you know? And but like I said, seeing you, because obviously, I mean, I was taking pictures, but me, I study a lot of photographers, videographers, you know. So I want, like, for example, I want to give a shout out to Echoes World, Jeff Reyes, man. Like that's a big dog, man. That's somebody that I study. I'm constantly studying his work, and if I reach out to him, he's somebody that always taps in. So, you know, I want to shout out Big Bro. But
much respect.
I was looking at you, bro, and you're a natural, dog. You're a natural. You're everywhere. It's like you already know what you're gonna do. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, bro, are you nervous or is you're fucking?
When it comes to like shows and everything, no. For all the big artists that I filmed, the only one that gets me nervous is MC Magic. He's a perfectionist, right? And when you film for him, that's the reason why he don't have a lot of videographers. If you look at his past videos and stuff, he uses a very select few. You know what I'm saying? And he's the only one that gets me kind of like, oh man, I gotta fucking kill it. You know what I mean? I gotta kill it. And I've done like several videos for him already that haven't even came out. I'm actually flying out next weekend to do his video in Texas, you know?
Hell yeah.
So that one's gonna be super cool. But that's probably the only one. I mean, there's one coming up. I don't want to say it and jinx it, but this water doesn't have what it is. You know what I mean? It's going to be a huge video. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking crazy. And I can't even say it. I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to say who it is because I don't want to jinx it. But yeah, a lot of big artists we're doing some stuff.
And
yeah, and it's going to be pretty crazy, man. Cocaine's been a blessing, you know what I mean? Super cool to work with. I had Squishy work on the last video I did for him. I shot it in 3 hours, had it back to him in 18 hours. It's called The Rabbit Hole. crazy psychedelic mushroom fucking type video.
Oh yeah.
Badass, dude. That was a great video. I'm doing his documentary. I'm working with him filming his documentary. Man, there's a lot of stuff going on, man. But yeah, I'm grateful for everything. But MC Magic's the only one I get nervous for. You know what I mean? He gets me like, because everyone's like, so like, I'm knocking shit out in 24 hours, and him, I'm like, can you just give me a week? And he's like, a week? And I'm like, he's like, all right. I'm like, I just want to take my time. I got to watch it like fucking 300 times and just criticize the shit out of it. Yeah. So by the time it gets to him, he's like, I just want to change this and just change that, and that should be cool. And I'm like,
It's crazy because the first time I met Conejo, I was nervous, bro. I feel like I couldn't say what I wanted to say, just like starstruck, you know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, okay, obviously, I want to make an impact.
Yeah.
I want to do something so dope, obviously with my work, that he remembers me.
Yeah.
But that was tough, bro. Low key, I had to take a piss, look myself in the mirror, and be like, all right, like, come on, bro. Like,
remember who you are,
homie. Yeah,
you know?
you're here for a reason. You know, I probably did like 10 push-ups, and I was good. You know, I went out and I put in work, but that's why, you know, I asked that question. But honestly, big dog, man, you know, I feel like right now you're in your prime. You're fucking putting in work. All your work is classic. It's amazing, crystal clear. You know, like I said, it's true that your quality is always there. Now, right now, like right off the bat, right, like because even me when I edit, like you kind of, it's like you kind of gotta get in the zone. You know, like what's something that you like to do? You know, when it comes time to edit, you know, you blasting music and you know, like
I don't, bro. The reason why my turnarounds are so quick too is because my computer's so fucking expensive. Like it eats like 6K, 8K, like nothing. It doesn't even render.
Yeah,
you don't. There's no rendering.
What computer is this? Like
it's a custom build.
Put me up on game.
It's a custom build. I just know it has like 64 gigs of RAM or some shit. It has like the 4090, which is a 24 gigabyte fucking video graphics card, which is like the best one right now. And then I have it's like a 5 point whatever gigahertz. This shit's fast, dude. It's fucking fast. It's a creator PC.
You built it yourself? Like,
nah, hell no. I bought it. It was like 10 racks.
What about the program? Shit. What program are you using right now?
Adobe Premiere and DaVinci Resolve for the coloring.
Okay.
You know? But yeah, I don't really have as soon as I get home from shows, from anything else, I put the memory card, boom, drop it. Takes like an hour or 2 hours because the red files are like fucking terabyte, you know what I mean, for one shoot, you know what I mean? So it's like, so I'm just letting that load in. The second it's done, I'm slicing and then just, you know, doing it. I don't really, some people take breaks. Some people take like, you know, I'll be in there in blink of an eye. I'll be 8 hours later, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, I don't really have a process. But that is the process technically. Just dumping, editing, boom, boom.
Right.
I don't like to hold on to things. I don't like being that guy that does an event or something and be like, I'll give it to you a couple days. You know, I'll get to it in a couple days. Now I want to knock it out instantly so that tomorrow I have nothing to do.
Hell yeah.
Or focus on the other video shoot that's happening, you know?
What do you think, like, your, you know, with the whole, like, camera, photography, video, whatever it is, what's your, like, your main goal, like your overall goal? Like, what point do you want to get to?
I want to shoot movies.
And
I want to do it. I want to start the process this year.
And so, I know you, my bad. I know you did music too. So like, would that involve you doing the script and everything? Or do you think you just want to like be there, direct it? Or what do you think?
I probably would work on some things. I have a script already.
Okay.
It's like on some neighborhood shit. So I kind of want to steer away from that. I would love to do comedy. Okay. Like This Fool, that show This Fool on Hulu, that's fucking amazing, bro.
Yeah, that's just funny.
And that's awesome to put good homies and camaradas on that have talent and that are real solid ass fools on the street that can show that side of them. You know what I mean? And I think these days, you know, that's really coming out a lot more. You know what I mean? You have a lot of homies doing comedy and that's great because now we're, you know, taking we're taking a turn from all the fucking, I gotta be fucking chingon all the time, I gotta be hard. Nah, fool, it's okay to fucking laugh and fucking wear bunny ears and hop around and fucking make a clown of yourself because you know you're solid, homie. So just to be funny and make people laugh and give them a, you know, brighten up people's days, you know, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. No doubt. You know what I mean? To let go of all that other fucking, that stigma, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, Yeah, bro, that's the goal. And then I have an ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to have my own facility, my own compound. I'm gonna have studios, recording studios, multiple. I'm gonna have photo rooms, podcast rooms, rooms just like this, 4 or 5 deep, that people just literally just show up, hook their laptop to, and it's ready to go. That's it. And then I want to have warehouses in the back that you can pull your car in. I want to have prop studios, courthouses, jail scenes, whole modules. I want to have modules where that, movies, TV shows can actually use the actual jail. You know what I mean? I know they use actual abandoned jail facilities or abandoned blocks, but for other people with lower budgets or whatever, I want to be able to have a compound and a facility that generates itself, where now it's no longer for me to use. It's you and little Timmy that just bought a camera, that has a client that wants to take photo shoots, or this person that has a brilliant podcast idea but has nowhere to go and doesn't know what to do. Yeah. You know what I mean? Well, you just play one flat fee, and now you have all this that you can work with. No you know doubt. What I mean? You have access to everything. And now every single videographer, photographer, audio engineer, artist can now use my facility for their own clients, for their own gain. You know what I mean? And that's the ultimate goal.
Hell yeah, bro.
That's the ultimate goal.
That's what's up. Because at that point, it's like you creating a whole empire.
That's it. A one-stop shop.
Yeah, and you're not limiting yourself to anything. It's just... You got everything you need, and now you're gonna have a whole team around you, and
exactly. And it's always gonna make money, because it's not relying on my business, my connects. It's everybody else who has their own business, that has their own lane, using the facilities for their own clients, for everything else. It's all about providing an atmosphere and the right utensils that can benefit their hustle, their business. You know what I mean? And satisfy their clients using my facility. And it's always going to, and sticking to an in-house resource, you know what I mean? You need models? Okay, I have 100 models on deck. What do you need? What are you looking for? You want white? You want Chinese? You want black? You want Mexican? What do you need? What race do you want? Yeah. Thin, small, fat, short? What do you need? They're all on deck, and they're all ready to work. And any business that they recommend, it goes to us, and we share resources. We recommend each other. You need an audio engineer? Okay, cool. I got one right here. I got just everything. Keeping everything in house. You know what I mean? And I just feel like that's the ultimate goal. But where I'm at right now is I'm kind of tired of doing music videos. I'm kind of tired of filming shows, and I want to push myself further. I have these cinema movie cameras, these Reds, and I want to push myself. So anybody out there who's watching, do you have a script that's dope, that you think that's worthy? Shoot it to me, man. Let's talk. Let's have dinner. Let's go, chit chat it up. And if it's worthy and I think it's hilarious and it's funny and you have some characters in mind, let's film it, man. Let's do it. I've always wanted to do a show, a goal too, once I'm more successful, where people submit short stories. And every month we do a new short film, 5-10 minutes, a short film. You know what I mean? And it keeps it interesting, where people can submit their stories, and we just make little stories out of them, little film stories. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's a good idea.
But yeah, man, that's the ultimate goal.
That's dope, bro.
That's dope. You got to manifest it, man. And one thing I always say, speak it to existence, bro. So, let's make it happen.
Absolutely.
And I mean, if there's anything that I could do to assist with anything that you ever need, man, you already know I'm right here.
Hey, well, when I need a photo shoot, bro, when I do my album shit, I'm going to hit you up, bro. I told you I wanted that too when I start doing my shit. Because I don't have no professional pictures of myself like that. You know what I mean? So I definitely want you. You have amazing work, brother. Amazing work.
Appreciate you, man. And again, bro, you could have been anywhere else, but you're right here kicking it with us, and that really means a lot. If there's anything that we didn't get to ask you that you want to talk about, that maybe you want to say before we wrap it up?
Man, I just want to say, stay true to your dreams. Stay true to yourself. Love yourself. You know what I mean? Just stay true. You know what I mean? No matter what's, up against, that's against you in life, or what's holding you back or anything else like that, just know that it's going to be okay. It's going to be good. Stay true to your heart. You know what I mean? Things happen to us all the time in life, and we feel like we have to make ourselves, more, change ourselves. Like a guy, did you wrong or whatever like that. And now you feel you can never trust a guy again, and you just shut off that whole avenue to your life. Don't do that. If you're a good person and someone did you wrong, God bless them, man. Forgive them, not for them, for you, because you don't want to hold on to that stuff. You know what I mean? You don't want to hold on. That shit destroys us from the inside. but stay true to you. Still be a good person, but just be smarter who you give your energy to and who your time to. You know what I mean? Look for the signs, look for those red flags. You know what I mean? But always stay true to your heart. You know what I mean? Never stop being a good person because someone does you wrong. You know what I mean? And if you're doubting yourself in life and wanting to do something, pursue something in life, this is your sign to do it. You know what I mean? Don't sleep on yourself. You know, life is beautiful. You're beautiful. You know what I mean? And no matter what you've been through or what you're going through, life is going to be good. Life is going to be okay. You know what I mean? Just be strong. Stay solid through the storms. You know what I mean? Don't fold under the pressure. You know what I mean? And even if you do, it's okay to fall. The fall don't define us. It's what we do after we fall that defines us, how we get back up and how we carry ourselves. You know what I mean? So love yourself, and it's going to be all okay. And, there's so much we could talk about, but I understand we're on, short on time. But I want to say thank you both. And thank you so much for allowing me to be on here. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for you guys. And I'm just so humbled just to even be doing this again in life. And for God to be blessing me to, make these moves happen, because they're not on me. You know what I mean? I get random phone calls for opportunities, and I'm just like, it just fell into my lap. So much just falls into my lap.
No doubt.
And I'm just so grateful for it all. And I want to say thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for interviewing me and taking the time and, making me a priority for your day to interview me. And I'm so thankful for you guys.
Now, we appreciate you coming through, man.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, like I said, bro, your work speaks for itself. You're putting in work. We see it. Everybody sees it. And, man, I appreciate you, man. We got greatness. You guys wanted good content. We have good content.
Absolutely.
With that being said, man, I want to give a shout-out to my mentors. Shout out to Jeff Reyes. Shout out to my pops, Big Notorious. My beautiful mother, Patty Lokes. My beautiful daughters, Mia Moore, Maya Mooney. Daddy loves you. If, nobody loves you out there, just know Notorious One loves you. With that being said, the boy Tony, man, take us out.
Hey, appreciate everybody who taps in, man. It's What's the Word every Wednesday on American Solo. I hope you guys like the guest. The homie Smitty came through, spit some real shit. Man, much love to the homie for coming out here, putting some of the viewers on game. So appreciate everybody who tuned in, man.
Much love.
Yo. My boy about to bless the mic. I was waiting